Diamonds on me cause I'm rapping a rock. I'ma go hard, I ain't killing them soft. I'm up in the hills, I feel like I'm Lauren, you ready or not? I like who got businesses, I'm CEO of mine. 1980 Prezi Rollie, we been working overtime. The witness, the police, the pigs, I don't eat swine. Son of Jacob, this biblical, my flow the holy God.
This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers going to come out throwing. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. That is caught by Amari Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Rodgers now on 1st down. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. The Packers at 14-2 heading into this final week. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like a touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Goff now looks to throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Well, this defense for the Packers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Back to Dillon on first down. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. After the sack on first down, Rodgers under pressure. They got him again. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. 26. Here's Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. Back deep, the dangerous Tyler Lockett. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the 50, it's gone. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Touchdown, Packers! 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Gone. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. They'll try the right side with Jones. They find some open field here. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Block it in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
The quick throw finds T.J. Hockenson.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he is going to lose yardage here. It was Charles Harris getting in there behind the line. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Called call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's Goff. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams, 67 yards. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are mistakes that you prayed for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big pickup of 38. On 1st down, Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. As a former DB, you might not like to see them, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. All right, speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the last time out, they had the good drive going to get in the red zone. They throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball off. You end up throwing a pick. Everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out. I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
To throw again on second down. Goff out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hockenson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Goff finding Hockenson there for the Lion first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Throwing again is gone. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
That was their third sack of the ball game. Second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. Third and long. It's Goff. And now here's another interception. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Now Crosby for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
How about this? They'll try the option, left side.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A.J. Dillon from 21 yards away.
And the Packers have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Reynolds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. To the air again, Goff.
And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. There he goes, right side. The 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick six.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And this will wind up a Lions first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now a first down throw complete downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. On 1st and 10, Goff being chased out left. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it'll be intercepted. And the Packers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this two-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost like the game believed their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They give it off here to the tight end. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Oh, design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That one caught downfield by Watson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 54 yards. Throwing now is Rodgers. Toward the pylon, caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. Amari Rodgers, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Packers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams.
That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Throwing is Rodgers. Got Dobbs over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
22 yards there, a 1st down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Rodgers now on 1st down. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Rodgers looking to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 44 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Now it's gone. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. One last throw here for Goff. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah.
Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss, take off the weird jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off them fabricated streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo, take off the Sandro Pay, 5-day stay, take a $250,000, hella follow. Take off the far flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic that if I'm rich, I'm rare. Take off the Chanel, take off the Doja, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer off and what do you have?
You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Fish came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records, yeah. Used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Gang time in it. Gang time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. Gang time. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog, so the day that you finally pop off, you'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the pain.